Rangers forward number 19, Nick Kimbrios. Flyers forward number 20, Dave Poulin. Rangers forward number 19, Brian Mullen. Rangers defense number 21, Matthew Schneider. Flyers forward number 22, Rick Tockett. Rangers forward number 22, Nick Patillo. Flyers forward number 25, Sean Podine. Rangers forward number 22, Hall of Famer Mike Gartner. Flyers forward number 26, Ryan Propp. Rangers defense number 26, Dave Maloney. Flyers forward number 26, Orest Kindrachuk. Rangers forward number 32, Stefan Matteau. Flyers forward number 27, Reggie Leach. Rangers forward number 36, Hall of Famer Glenn Anderson. Flyers defense number 28, Kjell Samuelsson. Rangers forward number 37, Paul Broughton. Flyers defense number 29, Terry Kirkner. Flyers defense number 5, Larry Goodenough. Flyers forward number 34, Jim Dowd. Flyers defense number 37, Eric Desjardins. Flyers forward number 88, Eric Lindros. Flyers forward number 97, Jeremy Roenick. Every one of the men standing on the ice before us today realized they dream of playing the greatest sport in the world in one of the greatest leagues ever formed. The Philadelphia Flyers were the dream of one man who also believed in toughness, believed in integrity, believed in our city. Ed Snyder brought this great sport to life in the city of Philadelphia, making it one of the greatest hockey towns in the USA. Today, through his Ed Snyder Youth Hockey Foundation, he is building lives, uniting communities by improving the quality of life for thousands of inner-city boys and girls. The city is grateful for what this man has done and continues to do here in Philadelphia. At this time, it is my honor to welcome to the ice a recent inductee into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame, a man synonymous with hockey in Philadelphia. He is the founder of our Philadelphia Flyers. Hockey fans, please welcome Comcast Spector Chairman Ed Snyder. We will commemorate this afternoon's game by dropping the ceremonial puck between captains Bobby Clark and Mark Messier. At this time, please welcome to the field members of our military from the United States Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, who will now present the colors of our nation for this afternoon's festivities. And now at this time, we ask you to please rise, remove your hats in a salute to our flag, and welcome the #1 ranked anthemist in the NHL, our very own Lauren Hart, as she sings, "God Bless America."
America, land that I love. To those who've received both the full-size room and 36-mile-per-gallon highway of the lacrosse with e-assist, enjoy. To those who sacrificed one for the other, there's still time. During the Buick Holiday event, sign and drive this 2012 lacrosse for $318 per month with nothing due at signing. Hurry, our best offer of the year ends January 3rd.
Do parts of your life feel shattered beyond repair? There is hope. Rehab After Work provides outpatient rehabilitation for anyone suffering as a result of alcohol or drug use. Our creative, individualized approach enables you to continue to go to work or school while receiving treatment. Our staff of highly trained, certified addictions counselors and psychologists can help.
There was a time when I needed help, and getting it was the best decision I ever made.
Get the pieces of your life back. Rehab After Work. Restoring hope. Call today.
Gather with friends and make it a party at PJ's.
With fresh cocktails and a great selection of local craft beer.
Order up our famous buffalo wings.
Flavored in your choice of 7 signature sauces.
Philly's #1 sports fans catch every game at PJ Welahan's.
Where every seat is the best seat in the house.
Find a location near your neighborhood. Visit pjspub.com.
It's that time of year again. Time to get a holiday deal on a Ram truck. A truck that'll pretty much haul anything. And while most families bring the tree to the house, Ram families bring the house to the tree.
Get 0% APR for 72 months or $57.50 total cash allowance on 2011 Ram 1500 crew cabs. The year's best deals end January 3rd.
Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. After those absolutely spectacular player introductions, we're almost ready for some hockey. But first, to Al Trautwig with Brian Leach.
Jimmy, Brian's seen everything in his career, but Brian, I get the feeling everybody is trying to wrap their arms around the fact that this stadium is full for an alumni game. How about you help us do it?
It's unbelievable. I mean, we were happy to come and play with guys we've watched all the time, and then guys that we've played with before, and for everyone to show up for us. I hope they're not disappointed, but we're very excited.
Hey, it's Rangers Flyers. It's a feel-good game, but they've got Mark Recchi. The guy won the Stanley Cup last year. Is that fair?
I guess it is when you play till you're 43 years old, so when you win the cup, it's pretty good. I'm going to go play.
Go do it. Coatsy.
Thanks very much, Alan. We're 2/3 of the Legion of Doom, and boy, you got a heck of a round of applause. What's it like to be back in Philly?
It's great to be back in Philly. Great fans, wonderful support. It's just a real thrill to be back here.
All right, now, Johnny, tell me the truth. You got the the Big E right here. Who is the most important guy in that line?
The beauty of it was all three of us. I mean, Eric was a big part of it, obviously in the middle, the way he dished the puck and, you know, his skill level. But, you know, Michael had a lot of skill too, so it was fun playing with both of them.
Have fun, guys. Jimmy, back to you.
All right, Coatsy, thank you very much. Kerry Fraser will be one of the referees, the other his son Ryan. Another subplot to this one. Larry Dumas, Kevin Collins, the linesman, as we're set to get this underway. And as the game gets underway, only, 6 Hall of Famers out on the ice surface.
No big deal.
Including one, Bernie Perrant, between the pipes. More on that in a moment. But we are underway in this Alumni Classic as Shel Samuelson will play the puck down the ice. And it is the LCB line for the Flyers. Clark, Barber, and Leach. Mark Messier out with Adam Graves. There's Bill Barber with a shot, and the save made by John Van Beesbrook, one of 5 players in this game who played for both the Flyers and Rangers in his career.
Most certainly.
The ice condition, of course, something we'll talk about here is that shot in on goal, and Bernie Perrant sliding down. Gets another standing ovation from the crowd here.
Awesome. Vintage Bernie. Check out the vintage gear, too. The DNR pads and the Cooper GM12 blocker and glove for a lot of you youngsters at home.
Old school.
Old school. This is true.
Reggie Leach tipping the puck at center. The Bernie chant here at Citizens Bank Park. John Van Beesbrook is wired and is mic'd up, and we can talk to him as he plays. How are you, Beezer?
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just chanting Bernie here.
I think everybody in the house is. As the puck goes ahead, and Paul Rotten will move to center for the Rangers, wearing their blue jerseys, the orange jerseys for the Flyers. This great rivalry. They've played so many times, 263 times in the regular season, these two clubs, and I guess the essence of a rivalry, Kevin. Flyers have just 2 more wins than the Rangers. It's almost a dead even split.
Yeah, very much so. 2 great sports cities. We talked about it right off the intro. Both have done so much not only for sport, but certainly to help grow this great game all across the U.S.
And the first check of the game, Jeremy Roenick takes Darren Turcotte into the boards. Who said there wouldn't be any physicality?
And I don't even think JR is wearing shoulder pads.
Oh, look out here, Ron Duguay, a breakaway in on Bernie. And Perron makes the save and covers up.
Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. No shortage of action here right off the top. JR, as he's known, Jeremy Roenick with the big hit on Turcotte. Rides him into the boards there. You didn't see too much of that from him, but how about Duguay off to the races, flowing mane, and Bernie Perron stones them on the breakaway.
Showing that Vezina Trophy form of 74 and 75. Bernie Perron, he'll play about 5 minutes here today, and then I'm sure skate off to yet another standing ovation from these fans who are so appreciative of his work from way back in the 70s. And of course, he still remains in the Philadelphia area. And it's a beautiful thing is his phrase that he says so often. And so far this day, it's been a beautiful thing.
Very much so.
Eric Desjardins moving. Eric Lindros out on the ice with John Leclerc. They go across the ice, and that one tipped away. And Ron Duguay's on the puck again. Steve Coates is with the Rat.
Well, Jimmy just called you the Rat, and I'll tell you what, you still got it out there in that first shift. You look good. How do you feel out there?
All right.
Yeah, as soon as you're done with the oxygen, but it's got to be good to be back with all the guys, right?
It's awesome. Yeah, just so many memories. It's crazy. Seeing Mark and Bobby there at center ice talking when they first played against each other in Edmonton, those playoffs, just all of it, you know.
What's with the goggles, right?
Well, I got one bad eye, and so their prescription, it protects my eyes. Usually I don't wear a helmet.
Well, you look good in them, okay?
I see a helmet on here.
All right, there, you look good. Back to you, Jimmy.
All right, Coach, the word is Kenny Lisbon spends a lot of time on the rink. Flyers trying to deflect one past Van Beesbrook, but Beezer, great save there. Stayed with that one on the deflection.
Bees just wants to soak that save up. Nice save, Bees. Excellent save. Nice little lateral play off the backhand. How about the backhand sauce there?
Yeah. How about the cramps that come on after that, though?
Stone wall back there. It's a goaltender's duel so far. 4 minutes in. Bernie Perron leaving the ice to another standing ovation. He's replaced by Mark LaForest. There's Bernie.
This is great.
It really is an electric atmosphere. I only hope the great camera shots we're supplying and the audio gives you an idea, because you have to get chills with this.
I'm getting goosebumps right now. What a thrill this is for everybody involved. Wow.
It's going to take one last skate here. Point to the Rangers and hear it from over 40,000 fans.
To suit up at his age and put on the goalie gear, that's awesome.
Coachy's got it.
Oh, sorry. Now, do I want to let you rest a little bit? Did you hear that crowd?
Let me breathe a little bit.
All right, I'll tell you what. Hold on, get him some oxygen, will you?
Oxygen, yeah. That's a lot of fun, you know. Duguay came down, didn't even shoot, you know. Made that little save on the breakaway. You know what? It was a beautiful thing.
Now, I got to be honest with you, okay? Now, you were a prototypical stand-up goaltender, right?
Yeah.
You went down. Was that an accident?
Yes.
Were you surprised you got up?
Yes. What's the other question?
Well, I'm glad you're all right, and I'm glad you had a great time. And you know what? On behalf of everybody here in this building right now and everybody watching, we thank you for being who you are.
It wasn't easy, but I love the people, and that's why I did it. Yeah.
Vern, thanks. Jimmy?
66 years of age, Bernie Perron, and he wasn't on the original roster, and he said some fans basically said, hey, Bernie, we want to see you one more time, and he said he just couldn't say no to the fans. Mark Messier shot there that glances wide, and thank God he didn't say no, because it was quite a thrill. And Ron Duguay had that breakaway on him. Al, what does he have to say?
You got it, Sean. You got it.
Actually, we were hearing mic'd up players. The puck goes in front.
He showed it to me, that he took it away. But I was trying to score.
But these were Rangers smacking their sticks in support of Bernie as he came out of the game, right?
Class act, yeah. We love Bernie. We love what he's done for Philadelphia, what he's done for the game. He's a great guy.
Back to you, Jim.
Thanks, Al. That was a class act by Ron Duguay as well. As Adam Graves, another, speaking of class acts, moves in and centers. That puck tipped in. Big save, LaForest. And then it dribbles to the goal line. LaForest trying to keep it out of there. And play is stopped.
Wow.
The guy they call Trees, Mark LaForest, with some big saves.
Trees looming large. Oh my goodness, Mark LaForest with a terrific save sequence there, about 3 saves, point blank. Wow.
Mark LaForest spent a couple years with the Flyers back in the late 80s, 16-year pro player. And it's tough sometimes to find goaltenders for alumni games.
Very much so.
Put those pads back on, which makes the fact that Bernie played in this game that much more remarkable.
Absolutely.
But Mark LaForest has played some hockey, and he showed it right there with some good stops. LCB line back out for the Flyers as the Rangers try to go to the attack here. And they'll move the puck ahead to Bob Clark, out of his skates to Bill Barber. I love the lines from Reggie Leach talking about the LCB line. It'll be just like old days. We'll tell Clarkie to forecheck and back check. Oh, a glove save from LaForest. Flashing some leather.
Oh, man. The Phillies might want to sign him. Kidding me?
For the outfield. We think we have Mark LaForest mic'd up. Can you hear us, Mark?
That'll work, Izzy.
He's cheerleading his team right now, but making some big stops. There, Turcotte in for the Rangers. Trying to move it into the middle to Brian Leach, but it's tipped away. And now Bill Barber will look to spring Jeremy Roenick. He's got some jump still in his step, but the puck went into the corner. Aaron Turcotte to it for New York. The ice seems to be holding up pretty well here in the early going. Now play stopped here as we're just about 8 minutes in to the Molson Canadian 2012 Winter Classic Alumni game, and already plenty of moments to remember. Bernie Parent certainly at the center of them with a couple of stops early on. We'll be back.
Mama Dietz here, Chairman and Chief Executive Mama of Dietz & Watson. From my family to yours, we're wishing you all the best this holiday season. May it bring happiness and joy to you and your loved ones.
What you don't know can hurt you, especially when it comes to a work-related injury. And now, with layoffs and businesses closing, workers need to be aware of their rights. That's why workers depend on the law firm of Krasno and Onwudinjo. Founded by a workers' compensation judge, we have been protecting injured workers for 3 generations. Call us today for a free consultation or on the web at krasnolaw.com. Krasno and Onwudinjo, when you need a workers' compensation attorney.
You know, getting a new vehicle shouldn't be a hassle. It should be easy. It should be fun. People just want a fair price whether they're buying or leasing, and a more than fair value on the trade if they have one. That's where we start at Chapman Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, not how we finish after we go back and forth.
It's Chapman's Big Finish, and you can lease a new 2012 Chrysler 300 for only $259 a month.
Like I always say, don't take my word for it. Come and see for yourself.
If our emblem is not on your new car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
40? Congratulations, Schuylkill Valley Sports, on your 40th anniversary.
Looking for that perfect gift for the sports fan on your holiday list? Schuylkill Valley Sports has the best selection of licensed team apparels and collectibles. Schuylkill Valley Sports is carrying more product from all the hottest teams than ever before, including your local high school or your favorite college and pro teams. Don't miss the holiday sale going on now with huge savings throughout the store.
Stop in for incredible 40th anniversary specials and contests going on now.
Mama Dietz here, Chairman and Chief Executive Mama of Dietz & Watson. From my family to yours, we're wishing you all the best this holiday season. May it bring happiness and joy to you and your loved ones.
Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Mike Keenan, the head coach of the Rangers today. His assistant is Mike Richter, and I was told that Mike went into the room, said, Ricky, put the lines up, and walked out. Is that true?
That is true, but you got that backwards. He's my assistant today.
How does that go over with you, Mike?
He's a goalie. He can't help himself. We all know that.
What do you think when you look down in front of you and you see the names Messier and Graves next to each other again?
Oh, it's great for the New York Ranger fans and great for the players. They're enjoying this, having a lot of fun, a lot of great memories, and they get to go down memory lane one more time. That doesn't happen that often.
Goaltending's been the star so far. Look at that save by Van Beesbrook.
Beezer looks great, looked great in warm-up. It was so cool to have Bernie out here. Fans loved it, so it's been an unbelievable day already.
Jim, I think so far we're underutilizing Van Beesbrook as a commentator. Back to you.
Is that possible, Al? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, Mike Richter, of course, from Flowertown, has some local roots, and Mike Keenan also spent time as the head coach of the Flyers. But 6 players actually performing for the Rangers here today that were part of that '94 Stanley Cup team, which of course will live on in the hearts of Rangers fans.
Absolutely. Having played for the Rangers, I know how much that team has meant to the organization, especially this generation and the generations that preceded them.
Shot there by Glenn Anderson, the Hall of Famer, denied by Mike LaForce. Another body check, although I'm not sure it was intentional. And the Flyers move up. Lindros across to Leclerc, and he scores! 2/3 of the Legion of Doom back together. And they team up to make it 1-0 Philadelphia.
Last year's Stanley Cup champ, Mark Recchi, started this whole play with the big hit. What a hit by Mark Recchi, still getting it done. Oh, absolutely wallpapers Pat Hickey. That allowed the Big E, Eric Lindros, to come through in full flight with his wingman, John Leclerc, one more time. What a beautiful play that was.
Nick Fotiu just came out and gave Rex a little jab to the gut. Say, hey, you can't do that to our guys.
No surprise that it was Nick Fotiu.
Oh, 59 years old. He's the senior member of this Rangers team. Beezer, what happened?
I'm trying here.
There's a shot. Another save. He's talking as he makes the save. Pretty darn good.
That is talent. That is definitely talent. Still looks sharp, Beezer.
Here we go.
Downstairs we go again. All right, downstairs. We are downstairs. Across the way we go to Coatsy with Rick Tocchet.
How much farther do you want to go down, Jimmy?
I don't want you under the ground, Coatsy.
I tell you what, Doc, this isn't your type of game. I mean, you think about you're the all-time leading penalty guy for the Philadelphia Flyers. This is too nice for you.
Still early, Coatsy.
You got somebody out like Fotiu, looks like he wants to go.
Yeah, Chris King. I've been eyeing him up all.
King too. Did he kind of take you off a little bit out there?
Yeah, he kind of was hooking me up the ice.
But isn't it great? I mean, you just.
Well, listen, we just saw Leclerc, Lindros goal. I mean, what better way to go? Maybe we got a Clark Leach going next. I mean, that's pretty special.
How about for you? I mean, if you had an opportunity to play on Stanley Cup teams, but you started here, 84, 85. You guys had such a great run.
This team is to play. It's special to play for the Flyers. To be able to come out here years later and play in front of the 40,000 fans at Citizens Bank. This is special for everybody. This is quite special, and we're very lucky to be here today.
I'm going to tell you one thing, Jimmy. I know one thing to talk.
No, I got to go.
No, you can't leave yet. I just got. No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. That's more important.
You're going to cause a too many men in the ice penalty, Coach.
Well, it doesn't make any difference.
That is true.
Kerry Fraser's not going to make the call.
Are you sure?
Well, he might.
This is just sensational as Adam Graves getting that puck to Messier. They've done that once or twice before, but Dave Poulin comes back to take the puck back for Philadelphia. But you're right. I mean, already we've had the Bernie Parent moment, and then Kevin Weeks, everyone here in terms of the Flyer fans waiting for that Lindros-Leclerc combo to go together, and they've already done that. And they move on in again for a shot save, rebound, and they score! Van Beesbrook sprawled across, but Sean Podine, and the Flyers went to the net, and it's 2-0 Philadelphia.
Sean Podine, a longtime Philadelphia Flyer. A nice exchange here. Excellent hockey sense and passing ability by the Flyers on display. Rick Tocchet with a nifty little give and go. Takes it himself strong. Little loose change there for Sean Podine. That's exactly why you got to go to the net and follow up for rebounds.
Sean Podine spent time with the Flyers back in the 90s, and all of hockey knows that he was traded for one Keith Jones.
Yes.
Of course, he's gone on to become a superstar in the broadcasting industry.
Most certainly, and a member of the family here. Absolutely.
Indeed, yeah.
Locally, doing a lot of great stuff for Comcast and a lot in the Flyer organization.
But Sean Podine, a great character player, and became a fan favorite in a short period of time in Philadelphia, and doing the little things like going to the net with your stick down and picking up garbage like he just did.
Yeah, Sean Podine wasn't necessarily the most talented guy, but he's a guy that everybody loved playing with. A great team first guy, would do anything required to contribute to a lineup. He'd check, he'd be physical, and chip in with some goals offensively.
And he couldn't wait to take his family to an Italian restaurant here in Philadelphia last night. He's telling me he was looking forward to this trip. Get my kids and my wife to an Italian restaurant. He did just that.
That's right.
Now he has himself a goal that his family is able to see.
Old habits die hard.
There you go. Darius Kasparaitis heading the puck back to Chris King. Some sandpaper out there for the Rangers.
Yeah, extra grit too.
Gasparitis hit across the line with a big slap shot. It goes wide. The carom all the way out to Brian Mullen. And he'll take a shot. LaForest, another save. And he gathers the puck again. Mark LaForest has been very good since replacing Bernie Perrant between the pipes. In the meantime, Leclerc and Lindros, dynamic duo, gets together for a goal, and then Sean Podine deposits a rebound.
Meet the 2012 Mazda 3 sedan and 5-door, featuring class exclusive technology like available blind spot alert, and crafted by a team of obsessive engineers. Because to us, if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? We've wrapped up special lease and finance offers during Mazda's gift of driving, but only through January 3rd.
It happens every year. Fall turns to winter and brings in the cold. Because of our economy, millions more will feel that chill than ever before. They're the forgotten ones. The big boys have abused the system to enrich only themselves, while workers are still hurting. It could be a layoff after 22 years of working for the same company, or choosing between food and heat for a sick child, or after working your whole life, you don't have what you need to stay warm. You played by the rules, but who changed them? Even though oil prices are soaring to record levels, in Washington, fuel aid for the poor was cut in half. Citizens Energy asked big oil companies and oil-producing nations to help. They all said no, except for Citgo and the people of Venezuela. For the last 7 years, Citgo has helped struggling families in the United States in good times and in bad. So if you need help staying warm this winter, give me a call, because no one should be left out in the cold.
Up to $12,000 off MSRP. Massive markdowns like these are why Jeff D'Ambrosio in Destination Downingtown is the #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership. All new 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee, Chrysler 200, and Dodge Grand Caravan. Your choice. $189 per month. Only at Jeff's. Your trade is worth up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. #1 because we guarantee the lowest price. 0% financing available. And our goal is 100% credit approval for the #1 best selection at the #1 guaranteed lowest price. Want more for less? Go see Jeff at Destination Downingtown.
And welcome back to Citizens Bank Park. And with me, former head coach of the Flyers, Pat Quinn, and former captain of the Philadelphia Flyers, Mr. Keith Primo. But the coaches of the alumni team today, what's your strategy? Because you're off to a great start here.
Dump it in, dump it out. Don't go for circulars.
And it's working so far for you. But no, who's running the defense? Who's running the defense?
I'm helping Mike out here. I know all the names. I know all the nicknames, so I'm in charge of calling up who's next. He's giving me the list, and he's doing a good job so far.
You know what? I gotta tell the other assistant coach on the other side, the little plump guy there. Can you imagine that little plump guy there played? That's Terry Chris, the longtime Flyer, now one of the voices of the Nashville Predators. Crispy, did they ask you anything? Did they bring you in and talk to you at all?
Coach, the last time I saw you took a skate in the gut.
We don't need to talk about that. Let's talk about your contribution here.
How would you like a left to the jaw?
Obviously, he's a little tight about his size. Let's go down to Al Trowig with a guess.
Okay, Coach, I'm with the captain, Mark Messier. I heard a lot of players on this bench talking you need a goal. What do captains do after you trail 2-0?
Well, we definitely need a goal to get back in the game. We came here to win, so we're going to be definitely trying to put a little more pressure on.
First, the New York City Marathon, now a big event like this. I guess you've decided exercise is still something you have to have.
Yeah, I like the exercise. The marathon was a great experience there, but nothing can compare to playing a game of hockey. The conditioning that the players have to be in to play this game efficiently is just incredible.
When Brian Leach passes you the puck, you have to be saying in your head, wow, that's different.
He's looking for me already. I saw a couple of times. The ice isn't very good right now, but hopefully it'll be better in the second period, but he's already looking for me.
Thanks, Mark. Back to you, Jim.
All right, Al, thank you very much. Game face from Mark Messier. That puck at the side of the net is pinned. And we are pleased to have here in our penalty box area one Ron Hextall, longtime goaltender for the Flyers, now with the Los Angeles Kings organization. You run any marathons lately, Hexy?
Actually, I ran one about a year ago out in LA there.
Wow.
It was fun. It was fun.
You made it?
It's impressive. I made it.
That's impressive. And you would be playing here, but a little back surgery here recently.
Yeah, I had back surgery seven and a half months ago, so just I might have been able to go out and stand there, but I couldn't play, so wouldn't have been very smart. I'll tell you, though, I look around today, I'm kind of looking for my stall there. If it was there, I might have put it on.
Isn't it electric?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And the Bernie, I mean, you have obviously a special place in your heart for Bernie. What a moment for him.
Yeah, he was my first goalie, Coach Bernie. Goes back a long ways, and he is a wonderful, wonderful human being.
He is that, and all that love from the fans to be put on display like that today, just great stuff.
Yeah, well deserved. And you know, Bernie didn't go out. He had the eye injury, didn't go out the way he wanted. It was kind of a nice way to say goodbye. So it was great, and you know, a lot of courage just for him to come out here at his age and put the gear back on. Says something about the man.
No, Hexie, I had the chance to watch you play as a youngster, and I actually had skate lace in my glove because of you and used that in the NHL. That's the truth. But when you see guys playing the puck now a little bit more, how about Cam Ward getting that goal the other day, getting credit for it? Must have made you smile.
Yeah, I chuckled. Actually, I read about it. Ward scored a goal, and then I found out how it happened. It's pretty funny.
He said he'll take it, but it's not quite like you did it. Not quite the 2 times you did it. And across the way we go to Mr. Coates. He's a busy guy.
Well, Jimmy, I got a guy here that forgot to bring his x-rays with him because I know he's got a new hip. How does it feel out there?
Oh, it feels good. Yeah, good. Not very fast out there, but we feel good.
Well, you can feel fast in your mind, Billy. That's what it's all about.
Well, the mind says one thing, the body's saying no, so it's tough, you know.
Well, we could talk about your left wing position, but what about your lines mates? They're kind of famous in their own right, the LCB line.
You know what? These guys are special guys. The whole team is, and I can't speak highly enough about Clarkie and Reggie. We played as a line, and the rest of the guys on our alumni team here, they're just the greatest bunch of guys to be around, and it's a lot of fun in the locker room.
Well, the idea here is obviously you want to just trap. You don't want to forecheck here.
Try not get scored against.
Billy, thank you.
Thank you.
James, back to you.
All right, Coach. See, Scott Hartnell just popped out of the dugout and got a rise for the crowd as he was showed on the Fanavision here. Darian Hatcher moves the puck to John Leclerc. Back out in front. Tipped wide. And the Flyers spending some time in the Ranger zone here. You know, you listen to Mess there when he talked to Al moments ago. Sounds pretty serious. He wants to get back in this game.
Out of early here, which for this type of game is good to see. It's usually waits till the 3rd period, but good to see the competitiveness out there.
Now Van Beesbroek stopping John Leclerc there. Nice stop for Beezer. Hanging in there, Beezer. We have him mic'd up.
Just a little groin on that
one. Ron Hextall's with us, Beezer. He knows that feeling.
Yeah.
We do.
Beezer, I think I got a better spot than you right now.
That hurt right there. It's stand up from here on in.
Become a stand-up goalie.
Gosh, that hurt.
Not quite as flexible at 48 as he was at 28.
No, the body's it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Man, oh
interesting's one way of putting it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
As we all age. But it's so great to see these guys out there. There's Messier moving it ahead. Graves across for Mike Gartner, who certainly can still skate. There's a shot. Forrest another save, and then backhanded wide. Forrest looks good, Hexie.
He does. He's been playing some hockey out here. He kind of played possum there a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to be, but I saw that big glove save us. Wow, he's been playing.
That was sweet.
I'll just grab some at the end of the period.
All right, Coatsy, we'll get you at the end of the period as Mark Messier gets to the puck. Moves it back out to the point. That was Tom Laidlaw, a bear hug with the Hound. Tom Kelly. We've seen a little in terms of physical play here. Mark Recchi. I'm not sure that was an intentional check on Pat Hickey, but
no, but it didn't
stop. Reminded me a little bit, Hexie, of you hitting Mark Recchi when he was with the Canadians. In the
you still remember. You get too good a memory. he beat me to the puck. I mean, Rex, you beat me to the puck. I mean, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
You took him out is what you did.
No, I got to take help, bud.
That was a game where John Leclerc made his return to Montreal and had a hat trick up at the Forum. Hard to forget that game. You say I have a good memory. I really don't have a great memory. That one was hard to forget. As we have just 35 seconds remaining in the first period of this Alumni Classic, and Messier moves to center. And he finds Gartner. Mike Gartner with a shot in the midsection before his save. Mike Gartner, 15 consecutive 30-goal years.
Unbelievable.
NHL record tied with a current Flyer. Jaromir Jagr.
Yep, that's right. Good call.
Here's Graves. Going across ice. That's snuffed out by Rick Tocchet. Tocchet looking to spring Podine. Podine said, "You take it yourself." And Tocchet will center, and that'll do it for the first period. Hexie, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks,
It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Ron Hextall, Flyer Hall of Fame goaltender, and John Leclerc with one of the 2 goals here in period number 1. Sean Podine had the other marker. Good goaltending all around, though, as the Flyer Club takes a 2-0 lead to the intermission. Coming up on Monday, the 2012 NHL Bridgestone Winter Classic. Can't wait for this event. It's supposed to be a little cooler. About low 40s is a high on Monday as the Flyers and Rangers take part in the 5th Winter Classic. Al, what do you have for us?
I am with former Ranger, of course, Nick Kypreos, who's part of the Alumni forever, and it's really one of the things the Rangers are very good at, Nick, isn't it?
You know, it's incredible to watch two great organizations come together and celebrate their history. Obviously, in the game coming up on Monday, we'll celebrate the current guys, but to be out here amongst 45,000 people, to see the ovation a guy like Bernie Perrant gets, come out and see that they still obviously remember Eric Lindros to be one of the best players in the 90s. It's a great day.
Seemed a little bit more physical than I thought it might be. How about you?
Yeah, we're not too happy right now, but under the circumstances, a predominantly strong Flyer crowd here, but being down 2-0, we're within an arm's length. And you know, with guys like Messier there, the competitive nature will come out. I don't care how old we get. That doesn't change, Al.
It doesn't change. A year removed from the Stanley Cup, Mark Recchi with Steve Coates.
Thanks very much, Al. Don't you realize there's a waiting period before starting to play in alumni games? You just won a Stanley Cup last year for Boston. Here you are playing alumni games.
These guys were putting lots of pressure on me, too. I said, well, I'm younger, and I'm still older than some of you guys here. So, no, it's great being out here. I mean, you can't turn down an opportunity like this again and to get a chance to come out here and play with the old guys. So.
You're also voted the only guy in shape.
Might be close. A few guys in pretty decent shape, but
you know, just before you go, you played for so many teams. You won a cups with both Boston and Pittsburgh, but you know you're the second leading scorer in the history of the Philadelphia Flyers. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I had special times here. I love Philadelphia. I love the organization. To me, they're one of the top 2 or 3 in the National Hockey League, and Mr. Snyder and Clarkey and the whole organization treated me unbelievable for almost 9 years, and it's nice to be back here.
That was at the right wing position, by the way, not total.
Yeah, that's right.
Rex, thanks.
Pretty good one. A couple pretty good ones.
Jimmy, back to you.
And 123 points back in '93. That's more than any Flyer has ever had. Great afternoon already here at the Molson Canadian 2012 Winter Classic Alumni Game at Citizens Bank Park. We'll be back with more between periods 1 and 2 right after this.
Wednesday night at 6, A10 College Basketball is on the Comcast Network. Join us live from Tom Gola Arena for a conference showdown between LaSalle and Xavier. The action tips off Wednesday night at 6, only on the Comcast Network. Tonight on Arfenel Reports, from notable deaths to protests and riots to natural disasters, we look back at the turbulent year of 2011 on the next Arfenel Reports, tonight at 9 on the Comcast Network.
I love the game of golf, so much so that I put a golf simulator in our studio. Although one Danette, I think, took it just a little too far.
Boys?
Can you believe this guy?
It's like Mick Ego.
Yeah.
Hey, Kobe, I just want to thank you very much for taking the time for the Dan Patrick Show. I really
I really don't know how he's going to explain this to his wife.
Weeknights at 6 on the Comcast Network. You're watching the Comcast Network.
Some of the sights and sounds of the pregame ceremonies, and then a nice first period of this Molson Canadian 2012 Winter Classic Alumni Game. And you know, Kevin, now as the guys are back out for the second period, some of the adrenaline's gone now. You're settling into a game, and you can tell by what Nick Kypreos said, this Rangers team is going to come out here in the second period and try to get back in this game.
They certainly will. I mean, the Rangers, I had the pleasure of playing for the Rangers. This is blue shirts deep. These guys have a lot of pride. It's a great organization, one of the original sixes. And when you look, again, you look at the roster, Jimmy, you see a lot of talent, but you see a lot of very proud guys throughout this Ranger team. So I'm sure they're going to put their best foot forward this period.
Yeah, you don't get to where they were in their careers without having a lot of pride. One of those guys is Chris King. He's over with Al right now.
Jim, Chris has a unique perspective. He works for the National Hockey League now, so you've had a lot of buzz and anticipation of this game. What do you think the thoughts were of what this day would be like compared to what it's actually been like for you?
Well, I
looked at it as it gave me 3 hours off my real job just to get in here and play, and it's been everything and more. I mean, just standing out there and listening to the anthem and listening to how these fans love their Flyers. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, this is probably the only way I could ever get an all-star game anyways.
It's like a frat reunion, isn't it?
It really is. We've Broughton and Turcotte and I have done nothing but jap each other for the last day and a half. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay, Al.
Back to you, Jim.
Chris King, now the NHL Senior Vice President of Hockey Operations, spends a lot of time in the Situation Room up there as they review goals and non-goals, and so he gets it from a league perspective.
He certainly does. He's done a lot of great things in post-playing career. Wears a lot of different hats at the National Hockey League, from player safety to equipment to some of the other little intricacies of the game. He's done a great job in his second career with the National Hockey League. Great resource for us.
All right, so we're underway here in the second period. Blackburn now in net for the Rangers. Continues to be Mark LaForest for the Flyers, who have the 2-0 lead. Here is Messier. 6 cup rings in his possession to Glenn Anderson, who also has 6 to Brian Leach, and he fired it wide. And it bounces out to Bill Barber, as Coatsy mentioned, relatively recently off of hip surgery.
Yes. Still out here, though, still doing his thing.
He said he would not miss it. The puck centered out in front, deflects down into the quarter. Playing 20 minutes, basically running time for 3 periods. We stopped just to break a couple of times, but for the most part, running time. But saying that, 3 periods of 20 minutes, that's a lot of hockey for these guys.
It's no joke. And again, these guys are real competitive now. Once they get out there, there's a lot of pride on the line. You're playing in front of 40,000 people. Some have never who've had the chance to see you play live maybe have heard stories about you from your grandfather, your grandma, and mom and dad. So these guys want to put on a show.
This is one guy who loves to put on a show. Jeremy Roenick, as he moves into the New York zone, has a look. Going to flip it in front. It's back around behind. JR working in media. No surprise he wound up there after his career. Sean Bodine fires one off the outside of the net.
Love working with him. Had the chance to do it on NHL Network and also on NHL Overtime and NBC. He's been great to work with. A lot of fun.
He has fun. In front, backhand by Lindsman, and it's Blackburn with a save and no further play. We have seen some great goaltending here.
The goaltending's been awesome, from Bernie Parent to Trees LaForest. John Van Beesborough looked smooth and made some nice saves, but Dan Blackburn making an excellent read save here. Play from out behind the net, comes right out. Didn't even have a chance to really establish his positioning, but still athletic as ever. I love watching this guy play. Unfortunately, his career was cut short, but love watching him play with the Rangers. Stepped in as an 18-year-old out of Kootenay in the Western League.
Shoulder injury ended his career, and he's only 28. Maybe that's why he's quite flexible there.
Young legs, young legs still, young legs.
There in. Hatcher couldn't find that puck. Here's Turcotte cutting in front, but that is poke checked away. And flipped toward the net by King. Flyers come up with it. John Leclerc will move up to Hatcher. There's some size out on the ice there for the Flyers. Leclerc to Lindros, and it's poked back out. Eric Desjardins, so long, an outstanding defenseman for this Flyers club. Second all-time to Mark Howe in points for a Flyers defenseman. As he's out there. Another guy who played some D for the Flyers is with Coatsy right now.
You're probably looking at this picture, Jimmy, and you're saying something wrong with it, right? I'll go, hold on. There. This is the reality of it. Sammy was one of the bigger guys in the National Hockey League for so long, I had to do that. But I tell you what, you realize that, you know, you're kind of cheating here a little bit. You did come from the New York Rangers in a trade for Bob Froese.
Yes, I did. That was a long time ago, though, but so I'm probably a Flyer.
Well, I know you're a Flyer. I mean, you had such a great success. You're still involved with the organization. But for you, I mean, being involved with all these guys again, what's it like?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's almost like you look around here, it's an honor to be here. I could never dream of playing in front of 50,000 people in Philadelphia.
Don't make any mistakes. I'm going to check your plus minus too, by the way.
I probably got to make a few out there anyways.
Well, believe it or not, there's been a penalty. A penalty? Jimmy, tell me that's not true.
Well, Kerry Fraser's just called a slashing minor, and they're not going to have a penalty to serve the time. They're going to do a penalty shot instead. And we just have to wait and see who it is. Oh, there we go. It's Kyprios. So Kyprios against LaForest. And on goal, and LaForest says no. Trees with an answer. Those two may very well have played some hockey together in the minors when Kyprios was coming up through the Philadelphia system.
Yes, Kipper skated in here with a little hop in his step. Scarborough native, Scarborough, Ontario, my same hometown. Goes to the one-leg high kick snapper. But trees, as they call him here, Mark LaForest wasn't having any of it. He continues on with his great play. What a save by LaForest.
The penalty was, what we're being told, against Eric Lindros for slashing. I didn't know.
2 minutes for being too strong is probably what it was.
There you go. He said he was called for that a lot during his career. Here's Kiprios with a shot, and LaForest again stops him.
Wow.
Nick is not going to be happy with that. Flyers move back. Here's Big John with a big slap shot. Oh, up high, and Blackburn makes the save. John LeClair could still fire it.
Johnny LeClair could still bring it, and he wasn't thinking twice either. What a slapper, and Blackburn with a nice shoulder type save. But John LeClair was a force when he played. Big, strong man to handle down low. Remember playing against him, it seemed like he dominated from 15 feet in. Strong, could score, was nasty, was mean. And there's that signature shot that we've come to see from him time and time again.
He would flat out dominate games with Lindros and Renberg. Michael Renberg, the third member of the Legion of Doom, would have been here, but he's broadcasting for a network in Sweden, the World Juniors.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, it would have been the full complement of that. Would have been here, obviously, that tournament ongoing right now out in Western Canada. And Michael Renberg with other duties. And play stopped as that puck skipped out of play. And Weeks, Kevin, you're noticing something on Mr. Blackburn and his equipment.
Yeah, Dan Blackburn's an amazing story, folks. For those of you that don't know, this guy had a very promising NHL career, and he suffered a career-ending injury due to nerve damage in his left shoulder, which would be his glove shoulder. If those of you watching at home, on the right of your screen, you see he plays with two blockers, and he actually had that blocker, which would have been on his glove hand, where the number 31 is there, retrofitted with a little pocket like a catch glove on the back side. It's an amazing story of perseverance. He tried to play on in the National Hockey League, but it didn't work out for him. But this kid would have had an amazing career. I love watching him play, and just the fact that he's out here is certainly a tribute to his character.
And he makes a save on Brian Propp, who can still play this game, and Blackburn able to stop that one. Al, you've got a guy who was the youngest captain for the Rangers, Dave Maloney.
Yeah, as a teenager, an unbelievable story. Dave, I know you worked out hard to try and get ready for this day. Did you do enough to prepare for Eric Lindros bearing down the right wing?
No, as soon as he got the puck, I go, oh, this is trouble.
And it was.
I tried to see it. It was. And then I tried to swim my way back to get him, and that didn't work. Oh, my God. Holy cow. He's a big man. Oh, boy.
So was it what you thought it would be? Worse, better, even what?
No, it's actually, it's better. The whole atmosphere is better. I'm telling you, this walk out here, you're like, holy cow. You know, most of us, when we skated outdoors, was on a little pond. Now you come out here and you got all this going, and they're chanting all the Flyers stuff. This just, it's awesome. It's unbelievable. It's great stuff.
Jimmy, everybody's in such a good mood. That's one of the things that makes this day so cool.
Indeed, Al. Smiles everywhere. Mark Messier going hard to the net here. Week C as Adam Grace tried to set him up.
And no surprise. Ooh. Going hard into Mark LaForest. And take a look at Joe Watson after this one right here. He's like, oh, man. You know what, Mark? It's okay, Mr. Messier. It's okay.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Hockey royalty right there.
I tell you, I had the chance to play with Mark Messier earlier in my career, and what a leader he was. So inspiring. I tell you, he demanded excellence of himself first and held his teammates accountable. Certainly raised the level of everybody's job, from the trainers, the equipment managers, back to the players.
Get your number retired by two different teams, you know you're special.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
Edmonton and New York, of course. Tom Laidlaw backhanding that one in as we welcome all our viewers across the United States versus Canada on CBC, watching this great hockey game, great event. Citizens Bank Park, resplendent orange. There's some blue.
Yeah, there is definitely blue
in the crowd as well.
Absolutely.
Ranger fans represented. And people big and small. You got the guys on the right and then the youngsters on the left enjoying it every bit as much. We'll be back.
This holiday, treat yourself to the gift of driving from Mazda, the company obsessed with it. Like the spacious Mazda 6 Sport Sedan, the 5-passenger Mazda CX-7, and the 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. We've wrapped up the 2012 Mazda CX-9 with a lease of $299 a month, but only through January 3rd. If it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
So. Canada. The temperature in winter is on average 25 degrees Fahrenheit. In Alberta, it's 14. Is this bad luck? Did we get the short end of the stick? Or is Canada lucky to have the absolute perfect conditions? The perfect conditions for something truly special. Here's to the game this land gave us. Molson Canadian, official imported beer of the NHL.
40? Congratulations, Schuylkill Valley Sports, on your 40th anniversary.
Looking for that perfect gift for the sports fan on your holiday list? Schuylkill Valley Sports has the best selection of licensed team apparels and collectibles. Schuylkill Valley Sports is carrying more product from all the hottest teams than ever before, including your local high school or your favorite college and pro teams. Don't miss the holiday sale going on now with huge savings throughout the store.
Stop in for incredible 40th anniversary specials and contests going on now.
It's that time of year again. Time to get a holiday deal on a Ram truck. A truck that'll pretty much haul anything. And while most families bring the tree to the house, Ram families bring the house to the tree.
Get 0% APR for 72 months or $57.50 total cash allowance on 2011 Ram 1500 crew cabs. The year's best deals end January 3rd.
We're back here in Philadelphia. His effect on the New York Rangers franchise is unquestionably remarkable. Mark Messier, when he joined the team, he stated in a place that hadn't won a Stanley Cup since 1940 that that was what the mission was. And in 1994, culminating on June 14th, that became a reality. The exuberance of seeing a man who had already won all those cups in Edmonton is an image that will never be forgotten in New York. And these days, Mark Messier is able to still walk around New York City with millions of people who will never forget. Earlier we talked about him running the New York City Marathon, and now at the age of 50 doing things like that has become very important to the greatest captain in the history of the New York Rangers. Jim?
Indeed, well said, and so involved too with the youth in terms of his leadership project, and just a great job on and off the ice from one of the all-time greats. And you can tell he just loves being on the ice as well. Here comes Ken Linsman moving well. Linsman across the shot. Jeremy Roenick denied.
What a save by Danny Blackburn, going old school with a two-pad stack.
We've seen a little bit of that from a couple of different guys in this game. Might not have been intentional by Bernie, but
considering it's a vintage game, you're absolutely right.
Bernie Perron earlier had an unintentional two-pad stack, but
yes,
hey, got the job done. Speaking of Flyer goaltenders, Neil Little is now in for the Flyers, replacing Mark LaForest, who was outstanding. The Rangers club, the Alumni club, outshot the Flyers Alumni 17-5 in that first period. That shows you how good Perrant and LaForest were. Deflection there, and Little had to flash his pad across. Turcotte was in there. Chris King trying to center it out in front. Shell Samuelson arrives. It's funny how the game, even to this day, seems to slow down when Shell gets a hold of the puck. Just calms everything down.
That's exactly it. Zero panic. A lot of composure with the puck. Very physical guy, but good composure when he's got the puck on his stick.
Darian Hatcher back. Got cloudy skies right now. Of course, the lights are on as this move into the late afternoon, but pretty good conditions. Now Lindros firing one. That one went wide. He gets it back. And way out of the net is Blackburn to cut him off. And the Rangers will move back. Here's Gartner, 52 years of age, but can still flat out fly. He'll backhand that one over the net, and it's cut off. I know you were really looking forward to watching him. Here's John Leclerc ahead of the field, coming in now with Recchi. And Leclerc to Recchi, and sliding across is Blackburn to make the save.
Wow, Danny Blackburn.
Now Lindros is
shot. Out here.
Stop Lindros again. Lindros will set her again. You get a feeling when Recchi, Lindros, and Leclerc get out there together, I have a feeling they can do some things. They already have scored a goal.
Yeah, they may get a few chances. And Mark Recchi, coming off that Stanley Cup as a member of the Bruins, can still skate and make plays at a high tempo. So he's carrying the speed quotient for this line.
3 cups with 3 different teams. We talked about the fact that there are 8 Hall of Famers in this game that are playing. There are 3 other Hall of Famers that are also ambassadors or coaches. And there are some future Hall of Famers. And Mark Recchi is one of them.
Most certainly.
And a guy who just went into the Hall of Fame is downstairs with Steve Coates. Or over across the way again, Steve
Thank you very much, Jimmy. And we talk about being elected to Hall of Fame. This is the first time you've had him on since you've been a member. You feel better? There's a little Hall of Fame insignia goes here?
Oh, I don't know. It must be heavy because I'm out of breath all day. So actually, I got to skate in Toronto during the Hall of Fame. It's the first time in about 5 years. So yeah, it's a lot of fun being out here.
It's a lot of fun, but it's a sad moment too because you're wearing the number 10 on your shoulder, and everybody is. Please explain to everybody why.
Well, yeah, my great French partner, Brad McCrimmon, great flyer, obviously passed away in a plane crash in September. And I don't know, when I got the announcement that I was asked to play, I asked if I could wear his number on the side, as we did years ago with Pele. And I know his family's going to be here tomorrow, and so hopefully they can enjoy the game on the second. And it does them a lot of good. It gets them back out and try to rebuild their life, and it's going to be a tough haul.
Howie, thanks and congratulations once again.
Thanks, Coatsy.
Back to you, Jimmy.
All right, Coatsy. That obviously a huge tragedy when the Lokomotiv Yaroslavl team went down, lost a lot of hockey players, and Brad McCrimmon as well. The Rangers get on the board with that deflection. I think it was Brian Leach, but we'll wait and see.
Certainly was Brian Leach, but how about the patience of Darius Kasparaitis opening up the blades, and Brian Leach coming down Broad Street right in front of Neil Little for a nice deflection.
So the Rangers within one. Ron Duguay starts back up the left wing, moving smartly in across the line. Holds on and then drops it off in the corner. That puck skipping and catching the safety netting, so play stopped. The Rangers might get stronger as this game goes along. Their average age in the mid to upper 40s, whereas the Flyers alumni team average age over 50 by quite a bit.
Let's say that, yeah, absolutely. But these two teams, again, so much pride, so much talent throughout the lineups. You talk about legends. There's Rick Tocchet and Nick Fotiu, and now we're going to send it down to Al, who's standing by with Ron Greshner.
Who just came to the Rangers bench and said, someone call the cops because my legs have been stolen. Is that how it feels?
Yeah, about 21 years ago. No, this is too much fun. I mean, it's you know, a long time since I put equipment on, everything else, but having a blast, you know, being around all the guys, and you got 40-some thousand people here. How bad can that be?
You know, I couldn't help but notice that when you got introduced, the flames scared the heck out of you. What's the matter? You're not used to being introduced to flames?
Oh, I knew that, but I didn't know that was hot. That warm, right? It was like, oh my God. No, they said you're going to flames, but you could feel the heat, so it's all good.
Thanks, Greg.
I love it.
Back to you, Jim.
Ron Greshner, he scored 20 goals in his season 4 times as a defenseman. You think about
very impressive feat. Very impressive feat.
Moved the puck very well. 2-1 score here from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Dusk just about upon us as the lights are on. Great atmosphere.
Before the Flyers face off against the Rangers in the NHL's 5th annual Winter Classic, take a look back at some of the previous outdoor matchups.
Watch Countdown to a Classic presented by your local GMC dealer. Sunday night at 7 and 11:30 only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Up to $12,000 off MSRP. Massive markdowns like these are why Jeff D'Ambrosio in Destination Downingtown is the #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership. All new 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee, Chrysler 200, and Dodge Grand Caravan. Your choice, $189 per month. Only at Jeff's. Your trade is worth up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. #1 because we guarantee the lowest price. 0% financing available. And our goal is 100% credit approval for the #1 best selection at the #1 guaranteed lowest price. Want more for less? Go see Jeff at Destination Downingtown.
Celebrate the new year with H.H. Gregg's employee family prices. Get savings store-wide on TVs and appliances. 32-inch HD TVs just $229. Sharp 60-inch HD TVs only $989. Washer and dryer pairs $599. Save on digital cameras, smartphones by Verizon, laptops, and more. Employee family prices going on now. H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com. We help.
Nick, what are you doing? There's still a few more days of Chevy's Giving More. Gotta stay loose.
How do you do it?
I have my little helpers.
Boop. Oh.
Hurry in to Chevy's Giving More. These savings are almost over. Now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 72 months on the 2011 Chevy Silverado. Or 0% APR financing for 60 months plus no monthly payments until spring. Hurry in before they're all gone. Visit ChevyDealer.com.
On Friday, February 3rd, rub elbows with some of Philly's top athletes at the 2nd annual Comcast Sportsnet Shining Star Awards to benefit the March of Dimes, presented by the Wanamaker Entertainment Group. Call now for tickets or visit ShiningstarAwards.com.
Back in Philadelphia over 40 years ago, this man scored his first NHL goal against the Rangers. We have him mic'd up here today. Let's listen in.
You're always favoring the Rangers. Come on. Always favoring the Rangers. Get out of the road.
He's directing that venom toward Kevin Collins.
Oh, yes. Longtime NHL linesman. Good to see Kevin Collins back out there, too. One of the best in the business of all time.
That could skate with all the players, and he was as strong as most of them as well.
No doubt. No doubt.
And he did not like fights on his watch, Kevin Collins.
It's true.
He would arrive on that scene in a hurry.
And he was as big or bigger than most of the guys.
Yeah, still is. He's got the broad shoulders. You can tell because often here during the course of the call, he gets in our way as we're here at ice level. He's a big man.
Yes.
Flyers with the puck here, just over 5 minutes remaining in the second period. And that steal by Gardner, but offside, whistled. The other linesman, Larry Dumas, making that call. There is a Hall of Famer. I know you were really looking forward to watching him here today.
Yeah, Mike Gardner, you talked about it, the multi 30-goal seasons, NHL record. Can still fly. I tell you a little story about this guy. We played with him during the lockout, NHL lockout, back in Toronto with a lot of current NHL players, and he was hands down the best player on the ice. And I see him play in Toronto still. He can still bring it. Excellent player and a great ambassador for the game too.
Yeah, most of these alumni games, it's guys in their early to mid 40s who excel. He's 52 and he still stands out with his skating.
That's right.
And another guy in this game who's in that age bracket is Brian Propp, who can still skate very well.
Very much so. You tipped me off on that one before the game, Jimmy.
Propper, when he used to do radio for the Flyers, used to occasionally go out with the guys in their morning skate. He'd go in and score and do his guffaw. And I remember one time he scored on Hexie in the warm. Hexie, after he did the guffaw, he got that puck right by his ear.
I was going to say, how'd that go?
Didn't go well. Coatsy, what do you have for us?
Oh, I got a guy that's a great trivia question. The only American captain of a Stanley Cup team, Darian Hatcher's joined me. And I know that you've got a brand new knee and you've got the opportunity to play in this game. How's the pace for you?
Oh, the pace is fine.
How you feeling?
I feel great. My knee's not an issue. I'm on the ice all the time, and my knees, it feels unbelievable.
But you know what? When you take, what's that?
Best thing I ever did.
Well, I'm glad that is. And you know what? It's unique. We all talk about the Flyers organization. You're a guy that's been around the league. And now you're out here playing with the guy that originally drafted you, Bob Clarke.
Clarke, yeah, I know. It's kind of the way the circle goes around. Yeah, it's really neat to be able to hear, you know, Bob Clarke showed the faith in me 20 years ago or whatever it was, 21 years ago, to take me 8th overall. And, you know, it's a lot of fun being out here.
What was for you for the introductions?
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, we were talking about it standing over there waiting. Just the support's unbelievable. I mean, 44,000 people or whatever's here. It's unbelievable. It's really fun.
I think it's why you've been around this league, but you end up staying here in Philadelphia.
Oh, well, yeah, it's great. It's great. That's definitely a big part of it.
Hatch, great seeing you. Thank you.
No problem, Coachy.
All right.
Back to you. Is that a goal or a no goal?
That's not Nick Fotiu knocked down Sean Podine, and Nick Fotiu, I think, got himself a penalty. And it's being announced right now by Ryan Fraser.
Absolutely a penalty. And watch the reaction of Nick Fotiu. I know the Ranger fans that are tuning into this game from far and wide are going to probably look and say, he didn't do it. Nick Fotiu trying to sell that he didn't do it.
Podine gets himself a penalty shot, a chance for his second goal of the game. And he goes. Oh, the move was there. He just didn't finish it off.
Wow. A nice tap on the pads for Danny Blackburn, who's been lights out since he's come on in relief of John Van Beesbroek. But watch the patience of Blackburn right here. He just stares him down. Then when he makes the first move in that butterfly, he's able to recover by going down flat on his stomach there. And Podine just puts it up and over him.
I don't think Sean expected a penalty shot in this game.
This is true.
But
Nick Fotiu,
blown tire
he's
there.
back up though. He's wearing the molded skates though.
There you go, a little blown tire there for Nick. But hey, the fact that he got a penalty in this game is not a surprise.
That's true.
Oh, Sean Podine getting roughed up by Darius Kasparaitis. And now offside the call. 90 seconds left here in the second. There has been some physicality here.
There certainly has been. I mean, when you look at both these teams, again, a lot of competitive guys throughout their respective lineups. Darius Kasparaitis, love hitting, especially early in his career. Should come as no surprise to any of our great viewers that are tuning in. And he tries to take the body there on Sean Podine. Doesn't look like he's any worse for wear, though.
It's hard to get the smile off Sean Podine's face many times, Al.
In the original game, he had a 6 o'clock flight, and he thought he was okay, but then they moved it to 3 o'clock, so he's going to have to leave when this period is over, and the Rangers will be down a defenseman. He's got to get to the airport.
So he's getting a hit in just before he has to leave.
Got to get in the stat sheet somehow. Right?
After getting the puck in, here's Eric Lindros. Lindros looking to set up Leclerc again, but it was poked away. Blackburn active with the paddle down. Final 35 seconds of period number 2. Lindros will swing the puck in. You can just flat out tell Lindros and Leclerc are having a lot of fun out there.
They certainly are. Old memories right now rekindled. These guys had so much chemistry, and they're still showing it here today, too.
Trying to get a late second period goal here. Desjardins will roll it around behind. Recchi couldn't come up with it. And finally chopped out and down the ice. So Desjardins will go back. That'll just about do it for period number 2 here between the Flyers and Rangers alumni clubs. Rangers get the only goal of period number 2. Brian Leach able to tally off a feed from Messier and Kasparaitis. Boris Kinderchuk and his Flyer guys will go back, get some rest, and we'll be back for a third period, which should be quite entertaining. Just a 1-goal game here through 40 minutes. Coatsy's got the Flyers captain with him.
All right, you said you wanted to play one more game. Now that you got 2 periods under your belt, how do you feel?
Like this is my last game.
This is it. This is the retirement party right here, right?
Yeah, those younger guys, even in their 40s, they're too hard to play against now.
But you know what, Clarkie? I know you too well. It doesn't matter. You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
This is absolutely sensational, Coatsy. Yes, it is. Just to be in the locker room again doesn't happen to people my age very often.
Well, I'll tell you what, speaking of your age, you better go sit down, okay?
All right, Coatsy.
Let's go over to Al Trutwick with Donnie Blackburn.
Okay, Dan, to me, you were the star of that second period. A John Leclerc slap shot, double stacking pads. What was your take on what was going on out there?
Man, I don't know where that came from. All I know is it feels like there's a lot more pressure being the young guy that you got to perform up to your old standards. So hopefully I'm living up to that to some degree.
Is that a little bit of an audition maybe still?
Oh, yeah, there might be a comeback left in me.
How about you just look around as a kid who grew up loving this sport and tell me what you see?
It's unbelievable. I mean, it was a huge honor for me to even be selected for this game and to come here and see all the fans. I mean, to be sold out for an alumni game and to be a part of it is really special.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, that's Dan Blackburn. Jimmy, back to you.
All right, Al. Youngest player here, 28 years of age, playing very well, keeping his Ranger team in it. It has been a spectacular afternoon here in South Philadelphia. Still more to come. We'll be back. Citizens Bank Park in just a minute.
Tonight on Voice of Reason, from his hometown of Abington to Hollywood and directly to you, right in our studios, J.C. Spink, one of the most successful producers in recent Hollywood history, joins us for an inside look at what it takes to make movies tonight.
Welcome to the Tiger Show! It's a time of great change. What was new yesterday is old today. But one show catches you up and breaks it all down. It's the coolest, hottest, and baddest take on everything that is now.
What is wrong with you people?
Attack of the Show, live, returns Tuesday at 7, only on G4.
Tonight on It's Your Call, it started as a small cable channel and it's turned into what arguably is the most successful television network in modern history. Get the inside story of the rise of ESPN on the next It's Your Call, tonight at 8:30 on the Comcast Network.
Just about set for the start of third period action here at Citizens Bank Park in South Philadelphia. Welcome to back inside Citizens Bank Park, our location down here. Penalty box. You couldn't hear a goal. You could never ever be in the penalty box.
I have no calling. No calling here, except now calling games here. Yeah.
It is an interesting spot to call a game from because we were able to get a feel for the emotion of the pregame ceremonies and then the fun they're having as the game got underway.
You just nailed it. When you look at the emotion for a lot of the players here, the fans, this really is a celebration of hockey. That's really what it's all about. And certainly 2 great hockey cities here are part of it. We have the whole world watching here in terms of what's going on in Philadelphia. This is awesome. And these guys are like little kids again. You hear these guys, they're all excited. They're honored, they say, to play. When you look at the lineups and all the legends in place, when you hear them say they're honored, you know this is big time.
They really are. Notice Kevin has donned the gloves. Temperature's dropping a little bit here as the day moves on.
Yeah, and don't call me soft because I was an ex-goalie, you know.
You said it. You said it. As we're just right away here in the third. And a 2-1 game. Mark Messier moving on in. And Rangers have outshot the Flyers alumni. Here 23-13. But Flyers have had outstanding goaltending. Right now, Neil Little between the pipes for the Flyers. And Neil is mic'd up and can hear us. How are you, Litz?
What's going on, Coach?
And a boy, Litz, you're looking young, sprightly.
Well, we're going to try to get through this 20 is what we're going to try.
That a boy.
That 1-goal lead to protect. And puck set down. You know, talk about the light slits. Is there a glare off the ice? Oh, Litz is going over to the bench.
Litz is switching his mask, or maybe he needs a sweatband. Maybe it looks like he's going for either a full mask switch or maybe a...
Hey, throw a sweatband and throw it over.
Oh, look at this. We're listening in on an equipment change here.
Yep. Looks as though it could be a complete mask change here. Hold on 1 sec. He's trying to fit that. Maybe it's just the headband. Yep, he's putting a new sweatband in for all these at home. And you just talked about the lights being a factor. There'll be a lot more of a factor had he not switched that headband, because all the perspiration will be coming down into his eyes, especially with the nighttime baseball lights cascading.
All right, you're all set.
You're good to go?
Little sweatband action there. Here's Gartner coming at you. Mike Gartner in. It makes the save and hangs right onto it.
That a boy, Litz. Let's, what were you seeing there? How fast did Mike Gartner come down that wing right there?
Well, I don't want to see that again. A little 22 coming down the right wing.
Nice composure by you, though. Nice composure. Mano a mano. Little glove save. I know you're wearing a Reebok glove. You don't typically, but sweet save.
He's only got 600 of those.
708 to be exact.
Wow.
I don't want to make it worse for you. Yeah. 708 of them. There's Ron Duguay with his shot. That one.
Heads up,
side. Jimmy Watson, younger brother of Joe. Right there. They were introduced together. That was a nice touch in the pregame ceremony.
Most certainly. That was great. Love to see that. This game is a family affair after all.
Joe Watson once negotiated a contract for his younger brother, and he was very happy with what he got for his younger brother until he realized that he got more money than he was making. Here's Roenick a shot. Yeah, that one denied in front. He said I was too good of an agent.
Yeah, exactly.
Duguay looking for the pass, but Kyprios couldn't get it through, and Sean Podino has one of the Flyer goals, moving on up with it. Centers for Roenick. A little spin move, but he lost control, and Nick Kyprios goes the other way. He'll flip it all the way down the ice. And typically in these alumni games, this third period, it really gets down to business now. Especially it's a 1-goal game. These teams want to win. Obviously the Flyer guys on home ice, if you will, and the Ranger guys just because it's the Flyers.
Tons of pride. Tons of pride. The pace has certainly picked up. The intensity's picked up here too in the third.
Shot squeezes by wide. Now Leclerc looking to pick it up and scoot. John Leclerc moving on up. He's got Lindros with him. Leclerc looking to get it across, but it's tipped away. Now Mark Recchi in the net. Get that out in front. Swept down the ice by Paul Broughton. Down went Lindros. Crowd wants a penalty here.
Yeah, they do want a penalty, but take a look at that defensive pairing for the New York Rangers. Brian Leetch and Matthew Schneider, who played a long time and had an illustrious career himself in this league.
Yeah, not bad at all. Matthew Schneider also won a Stanley Cup with Montreal. Jeremy Roenick. How's JR doing?
I'll tell you what, JR's doing he's always doing well. In fact, you know what? Now that he's a broadcaster, here, you do this.
Oh. So, Coachy, I don't know about you, but I can barely breathe out here. How are you handling yourself out here? What do you think of this spectacle?
We're doing pretty good. I'm having a great time, but I think I'm having more fun watching you because you're always a lot of fun. You're always a lot of fun to talk to. Every team should have had a guy like you.
Well, you know, I enjoyed the game. There's no question. I enjoyed the places I played. I enjoyed the fans, and this game is one of the best games of all time.
Let's talk about the autographs on your back. What's that all about?
Well, I mean, we're amongst greatness here. We're amongst some of the greats in the game, and the history of the game is so deep here, and it would be a real shame if I left this building and left this city without having a memento. With a memento of some of the greatest players that I looked up to and had the pleasure to be on the ice with. Bernie Parent, Bobby Clark, my gosh, Bill Barber, the list goes on and on. So I'm really proud to be a Flyer.
Can I sign your jersey?
I would hope you would. You are a Flyer staple. I want your signature. Give it. What is that?
I'm going to sign it when we leave. They just scored. No, not on the front.
I want it on the front. Put it right here.
Okay, I will. Jimmy, back to you.
JR, the value is going down rapidly as Coachy signs it. But while they were having their conversation, a penalty was called, and Mark Howe got himself a penalty shot. You saw him score as he went in to beat Blackburn, and It's 3-1 Philadelphia, and that'll be a goal for his grandchild, which will arrive anytime.
Most certainly. And Mark Howell, a new inductee into the Hockey Hall of Fame, and deservedly so. And a nice touch by him, too, honoring his longtime defense partner who passed away tragically, Brad McCrimmon, with the number 10 on the jerseys of these Flyers alumni.
What a pair they were.
Oh.
Here's Bob Kelly, and it's tied in front. Blackburn. Now Kinderchuk in front looking for the rebound. Kelly takes a shot. That's blocked. There are some Broad Street bullies out there.
Yes.
Trying to score a goal. Bob the Hound Kelly and Horace Kinderchuk. Kinderchuk, by the way, there's that shot taken and saved by Little off of Glenn Anderson as he used Howe as a screen. But Horace Kinderchuk came out during the introductions and he looked young again.
Yeah, he looked young again. He had a flowing mane.
Yeah, flowing
jet
mane.
Black hair to ink black hair.
Handlebar mustache.
And a long stash.
Yeah.
Where'd that go? Did he shave? You think he shaved in one of the intermissions?
He's not happy right now. He should have had a goal. 3-1 Flyers as it is. Over 6 minutes into this third and final period. If the game happens to be tied at the end of the 60 minutes, we will have overtime and perhaps a shootout. Al's with Adam Graves, a class act.
Jim, to Adam Graves, the game is always important, but so is the charitable efforts that he does off the ice, especially for Madison Square Garden's Garden of Dreams. How would you describe what that accomplishes, Adam?
Well, anytime you're celebrating the game and enjoying it with kids, it's a big thrill. And as you can see on both benches, there's a lot of big kids here that are having fun. At the same time, when you can have some of the Garden of Dreams kids come and join us, makes it for an even better day.
And you've had some long-standing relationships, and some of those kids are here today, aren't they, for the weekend?
Oh, without question. And then those are relationships with current players, past players, teammates. It's just fantastic. They're part of the greater Ranger family.
Thanks, Adam.
My pleasure.
Hey, Jim, you can hear in the background, they are still very into this game.
There isn't any doubt about that, Al. And Adam Graves, he won the Clancy and Masterton trophies. Not many people who have taken that double dip, if you will, and really it shows you how involved he was off the ice as a player and continues to be in retirement. While he was talking, great save by Blackburn on Brian Propp.
Yeah, Dan Blackburn continues to look sharp. Once again, he talked about the young legs in our right prior to our intermission with Al Troutwig, and they're showing to be working in his favor so far.
Rangers trying to get back within one here, but that puck drifted to the corner. Bill Barber will toss it back around behind his net. And we could hear in the background of both of those last couple interviews the guys exhorting the troops that they definitely want to get a win here. There's a shot that is knocked aside, and now Reggie Leach trying to go back the other way. He's stopped by Greshner. Ed Marsh trying to mark Darren Turcotte. Kevin Cowens providing quite a screen.
Yeah, a moving screen. 6'6" condominium right in front of us on skates.
Now we've got a whistle. And we'll step aside. Just over 8 minutes in, third period, 3-1 Flyers.
Canada. The temperature in winter is on average 25 degrees Fahrenheit. In Alberta, it's 14. Is this bad luck? Did we get the short end of the stick? Or is Canada lucky to have the absolute perfect conditions? The perfect conditions for something truly special. Here's to the game this land gave us. Molson Canadian, official imported beer of the NHL.
Mama Dietz here, Chairman and Chief Executive Mama of Dietz & Watson. From my family to yours, we're wishing you all the best this holiday season. May it bring happiness and joy to you and your loved ones.
It's that time of year again. Time to get a holiday deal on a Ram truck. A truck that'll pretty much haul anything. And while most families bring the tree to the house, Ram families bring the house to the tree.
Get 0% APR for 72 months or $57.50 total cash allowance on 2011 Ram 1500 crew cabs. The year's best deals end January 3rd.
Celebrate the new year with H.H. Greg's Employee Family Prices. Get savings store-wide on TVs and appliances. 32-inch HD TVs just $229. Sharp 60-inch HD TVs only $989. Washer and dryer pairs $599. Save on digital cameras, smartphones by Verizon, laptops, and more. Employee Family Prices going on now. H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com. We help.
Mama Dietz here, Chairman and Chief Executive Mama of Dietz and Watson. From my family to yours, we're wishing you all the best this holiday season. May it bring happiness and joy to you and your loved one.
Back in Philadelphia, Rangers alumni trailing the Flyers alumni 3-1. This is Dave Smith, a 9-year trainer of the Rangers. Not the first time, Dave, that you've been with this team outdoors. Tell us where you were in 1991.
We were in Las Vegas for the match between LA Kings and the Rangers. There's about 101 degrees out. I remember in the afternoon, and we look at the ice and they're like, how's this ice ever going to be there for the night? Sure enough, we had ice for the game for the night, except we had some grasshoppers out there in the air.
Who hasn't had grasshoppers interrupt their hockey game, Jimmy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, grasshoppers. That is interesting. Grasshoppers in hockey. And we're worried about the 50-degree temperatures here in Philadelphia.
Right.
101 in Las Vegas. It must give kudos out to Dan Craig, though, and the team that put this ice down and has maintained it, because it really does seem to be holding up quite well.
It certainly does. Dan Craig is an absolute magician at what he does. The best in the world, and we're certainly fortunate to have him on our side with the National Hockey League.
Yeah, every year he's got a new challenge. Here's Pat Hickey trying to pull away from the Watson brothers. And those guys from Smithers, BC, said no way. Go, Coatsy.
Well, David, I tell you what, you've got that big smile on your face. That means you're having a great time.
Coachy, this is tremendous. This is really, really fun. You know, getting together with the guys last night and seeing guys for the first time in a long time. And we had some close relationships here, some really close hockey teams. It's really fun out here tonight.
Close hockey teams. I mean, you guys in the 80s, I mean, you went to the Stanley Cup Finals twice only to lose to Edmonton. But, you know, you look back at that, pretty tough team, Edmonton.
You know what? I'm seeing flashbacks with some of these guys out here, Messier and Anderson. Flashbacks to those games, and I'm seeing the same thing. They look like they're still playing.
You were one of the guys that got the signatures, too. He's got David did the right thing with Mr. Roenick. They got signatures, and this would be part of something you'll have for the rest of your life.
It'll go to my daughter right after the game, and she'll take a lot of pride in wearing it. No question.
David, thank you very much.
Thanks, Coatsy.
Jimmy, back to you.
Now the Vice President of Hockey Operations for the Maple Leafs. Dave Boone, after a long stint as the head coach at Notre Dame.
Yes, certainly. Very, very distinguished post-playing career. Certainly owes a lot of his time to the Flyers in terms of his pedigree and certainly his hockey knowledge. Doing a fine job for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the front office.
There's a shot that rattles around in front. Glenn Anderson, who, by the way, has been given credit for the Ranger goal. They changed that during the intermission. Taken away from Leach. Almost had a second one right there. Now Leclerc moving on in. And John Leclerc swoops around behind the net, dropped it off in the corner. Eric Lindros with a heavy hit on Matthew Schneider right in front of us.
And keep in mind, Big Eric's not wearing shoulder pads either. You wouldn't know it, though.
I couldn't tell. There's a shot from Lindros that went wide. Eric Lindros maybe testing the boards for the Winter Classic.
Yeah, just to make sure they're all secure.
Yeah. There he is with the puck. Throwing it along to Leclerc. John Leclerc right back out. Now Recchi taking a look in front, looking for Lindros, but it eluded him and went to the corner. Well, these guys are camping out in the Ranger zone. Here's Recchi. Oh, looking to deal to Lindros again, and just off the mark. And down the ice it goes.
I got a feeling there's some NHL scouts that may be watching this game and maybe what if we could sign these guys, this trio, and bring them on board because they could still play.
It seems like it. Of course, we just saw Rexy. We know he can still play.
Oh, yeah.
Eric's only 38. Why not?
That's right.
John Leclerc, 42 years of age. Gartner moving on in. That shot goes wide and all the way out to center ice. I think I was skating pretty well. Is that guy getting the puck right there,
So
Brian
silky.
Leach.
So silky, so smooth. Unbelievable hockey sense, and he had a great career.
There's a pass in front that's nullified as Bob Kelly went to the net, but it never got to him. Let's go Flyers chant taking up, and there'll be some Ranger fans as well. I remember in the Winter Classic in Boston, one of my favorite moments when the Bruins fans and the Flyer fans, they were going at it, and then all of a sudden you noticed there was a chant that it seemed like everybody was getting into, and it had to do with the Yankees.
And no surprise there. Oh, man.
Chris King takes a look around, centered it out in front. That's poked away.
Nice stick there by Neil Little. Good stick, Litz. These two focus right now. He's dialed in.
Yeah. Never mind us.
Yeah, never mind us. He's got no time for us little minions.
Duguay with a steal. Ron Duguay trying to move it in front. Shot save, Little. And he robbed Gardner.
Wow, Neil Little with a point-blank shoulder save. Great save, Litz. Man.
Litz, pretty good stuff out there.
Well, it helps when they hit you in the face.
They aim for your prettiest part. Here we are.
Man.
There's Rick Tocchet. It is neat seeing all these jerseys now signed as we've made it to the third period. The numbers in the back are signed. If you can get a close-up look, we saw obviously Dave Poulin, but several of the players now have their jerseys completely signed. This will be an afternoon I think I'll never forget.
No, absolutely. This is one thing. A lot of these guys have played in some of the biggest games in the history of the league, and they're still, every one of them to a man, in love with playing in this game. What a huge opportunity it is for them.
And Al Trautwig is with a guy who had a rather important goal in Rangers history.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's putting it mildly. Game 7 double overtime against the New Jersey Devils. Eastern Conference Finals for the right to play for the Stanley Cup, which they won. Steph, Mike Keenan has tried to convince me that it was one of the things the coaching staff told you to try and do on Martin Brodeur, go for the wraparound. Is that true?
Well, they always keep telling us to put it towards the net and things might happen. So that's exactly what I did, and I got lucky.
How much fun are you having here tonight in Philadelphia?
Well, I'm having a lot of fun. The family is all here, and we're having a great time. And it's a great stadium, and we're having fun so far.
And you get to play with Tom Laidlaw. Tom, that's a great experience, right?
It's a thrill for him. He's probably wanted to do it all his life, play with Laidlaw.
How about it? All your life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, there's so much truth being spoken here on the Rangers bench. We'll have more of the Molson Canadian 2012 Winter Classic Alumni Game. Flyers alumni up 3-1.
Meet the 2012 Mazda 3 sedan and 5-door, featuring class exclusive technology like available blind spot alert, and crafted by a team of obsessive engineers. Because to us, if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? We've wrapped up special lease and finance offers during Mazda's gift of driving, but only through January 3rd.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you. Make up your mind tonight.
One day, Pepsi, please.
No regret.
What's going on over there?
Before the Flyers face off against the Rangers in the NHL's 5th annual Winter Classic, take a look back at some of the previous outdoor matchups.
Watch Countdown to a Classic presented by your local GMC dealer. Sunday night at 7 and 11:30 only on Comcast Sportsnet.
As proud board members of the Ed Snyder Youth Hockey Foundation,
we hope you will consider supporting these deserving boys and girls.
and the foundation's mission to build lives and unite communities.
Join us in shaping Philadelphia's future. Simply text KIDS to 20222 on your mobile phone to make a $5 donation to the Ed Snyder Youth Hockey Foundation. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Every time he steps up to the plate, you know that the resentment of Philadelphia just comes up. We hope that he strikes out every time at bat. I wonder if he has the same feelings about us.
Who's the most hated villain? Coming soon to Comcast Sportsnet.
Night has fallen for the final time in 2011, and we welcome in our viewers watching across North America on Versus, in Canada, CBC, in Philadelphia at Comcast Sportsnet. And I know a guy who is absolutely soaking this all in. He's downstairs right now with Coatsy.
Boy, is he ever soaking it in. He took a chance back in 1967 to bring the National Hockey League to Philadelphia, and I guess it's paid off for you, right, Mr. Snyder?
I mean, this is unbelievable, Coatsy. I mean, 44,000 people at an alumni game and everybody having a great time. It's fabulous. And looking out there now, the LCB line, Clark, Barber, and Leach, right? The two Watson brothers on defense. What could be better than that?
Could you ever believe if I told you last week that you were going to get this many people for an alumni game?
No, I mean, that's why this is such a great hockey town. This is it's Philly, buddy, and it's hockey all the way. This is Hockey Town, USA.
Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations, because this is what it's all about, and that's why you took the chance way back in '67.
Well, it's exciting to see this. Thanks, Coachy.
Jimmy, back to you.
It might be a good thing that we leave Mr. Snyder at that point, because Bob Clark was just called for a hooking minor. I'm not sure Ed Snyder would be very happy with Kerry Fraser right there.
I'm not sure he would be, but Bobby Clark looked so competitive on that play. For those of you that remember watching him for the Flyers and for Team Canada, he had that same look in his eye.
Glenn Anderson stopped by Neil Little. Calm as a cucumber there, Litz.
Wow, Litz. Litz, he didn't hit you in the face on that one. You got to, come on now, be honest with us.
He's getting the congratulations from his teammates now.
Glenn Anderson coming
almost
in here.
flashes some leather.
Yeah,
he did. He got it.
He hit me.
You're too modest, man.
There's a guy with 498 goals.
Right?
He stopped Gardner and Anderson. Yeah, a couple Hall of Famers. Neil Little's got it going here. 4:44 left. Flyers alumni ahead 3-1. And Ed Snyder, and I know he can echo the sentiments of the Flyer fans who are with this franchise and enjoying, as Anderson takes another shot that goes out in front of Little. Slides across to take one away from Graves.
Wow. Neil Little putting on a show.
That one hurt.
Neil Little played 2 games with the Flyers. Here is Brian Mullen, shot that's blocked off. Spent a lot of time with the Phantoms, won a couple of Calder Cups, played some outstanding hockey in the American Hockey League.
I had the chance to play against him in the American League, and a great ambassador for this Flyer organization overall.
Here's some nifty maneuvering by Roenick, in on goal. Oh, Blackburn flashing out the pad to deny JR.
Danny Blackburn not to be outdone with a nice pad save, but Jeremy Roenick turning the clock back, showing some of that skill and poise.
Bad Hickey moving on up for a shot that's kicked out of there. Really, from Bernie Perron's first save of the game onward, it's been about the goaltenders.
I'd like to hear you say that. Say that again,
I figured you would like that one.
Like that.
You know, with you as my partner here, I sort of had to force it out, but
no, it was natural. It was natural.
It's the truth, though. It is the truth here today. There's no doubt it's the truth.
All the goalies have been great so far.
Into the final 3:20 or so.
Will the Rangers make a push right now? 3 minutes and change to go. Can the Rangers make a push? I know the fans want the Flyers to win, certainly the home side, but I don't think they're going to be mad if they get a little low T for this game to continue on into the night.
I think you're right, though. That's probably a tough one for any Flyers fan. to actually root for Ranger goals would be tough for them, but overtime and a shootout would be fun.
Nobody wants this thing to end.
There's Schneider with a shot that goes off a body and wide. Now Kenny Linsman ahead for Roenick. Yeah, looking to wheel, and he wheeled right out in front of his own net there.
Ron Duguay with a heavy forecheck.
Yeah, Ron Duguay's another guy who's really skating well out there.
He's flying out there.
54 years old. Matthew Schneider with a shot, and Neil Little another save. He's got it in the glove.
So cool and calm, Neil Little.
Smelling a comeback here, Litz.
Cool and calm. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, we're smelling a comeback. No?
Well, I'm not sure. Not sure my hamstring is after I won.
Coachy, what do you have for us?
Sean Podine coming right off a shift. You want to take a breath? Or no, I'm not going to let you take a breath. You know, always a fan favorite here in Philadelphia. And, you know, obviously the fans paid you that tribute when you came out. But what was it like for you?
It was one of the most special moments for me. I've made no bones about how much I love Philly. I love the fans and this organization and Mr. Snyder and everything he's done. And to be able to come back and be part of this is just, it's just one of those moments in life that you never forget.
All right, let's talk about the breakaway.
Well, I thought I had really good speed going in. Thought I made an okay move, and until I put it just about over the netting behind the glass, it looked pretty good.
Jimmy, back to you.
You should have told Podes on TV you made it as if the save was made on him. But empty net for the Rangers. And here's Eric Lindros looking to put it away. He fires wide. Oh, the crowd was ready, but he missed the target. Extra attacker for the Rangers as they try to make one last bid here with 70 seconds remaining. Glenn Anderson up the right wing, cutting to the middle. And then dropping it off. Messier in front. Goes back around behind and then centers. Goes all the way through. Graves' a shot batted down. And now Mark Recchi sets sail. Recchi turning with it. Dropped it back to Hatcher. Hatcher to the red line, and he'll just backhand to the Rangers
What
line.
a patient play by Mark Recchi that was there, though. The Kamloops, BC native.
Down goes Chris Terrian. Chris Terrian having a little difficulty getting that stick, but he's all right.
Yeah, he's okay.
Centering pass here. They jam away. Puck still in skates. Who will come away with this? Finally, it's Oris Kindrachuk who emerges with the puck. 25 seconds left. Rangers are certainly pressing here as Messier gets back to the puck. He doesn't like to lose at anything.
No.
And now Leach, who just made a phenomenal play moments ago, breaking up a rush by the Flyers and then springing his team the other way. We saw that many times in his career. Final 10 now of this one. Leach will take a shot. It goes wide to the corner. He turn around with the puck, and the crowd to its feet. A standing ovation from well over 40,000 fans here at Citizens Bank Park. What a treat watching the Flyers alumni defeat the Rangers alumni 3-1. It was tremendous.
Jim, who said that this game is a young man's game? Because I'll tell you what, any one of these guys in the respective lineups will dispute that. This is an inspiration to generations from young to old. A lot of young folks never had the chance to see a lot of these legends play. Talk about turning the clock back here at Citizens Bank Park. What a spectacle this is for the city of Philadelphia, for both clubs, and for the National Hockey League.
I doubt anyone who was here, from the participants to the broadcasters to the fans, will ever forget it.
We're all honored. We're certainly all honored and privileged to be here.
Bernie Perron only played about 5 minutes, but he's our #1 star.
Stopped a breakaway.
Yeah, Eric Lindros and Mark LaForest, who played very well between the pipes. Rangers also got outstanding goaltending from Blackburn and John Van Beesbrook early on. And now the handshakes, which usually, of course, happen at the end of a playoff series. Well, it's going to happen here between the members of these alumni teams. They put on a great show.
Great class here. I can't believe the competitive fire that we saw from a lot of these guys and the respect that they have for each other. These are two storied franchises in the National Hockey League who've done a great job of building our great game, not only all across the United States, but all across the world.
The Winter Classic has got a lot to live up to here. These guys put on a great show.
You saw Scott Hartnell peep his head out. Scott Hartnell peeped his head out of the dugout, the Phillies dugout, a little while ago. And he certainly, maybe he was pre-scouting to say, hey, we might have to play at a higher tempo here. You're right, they have their work cut out for them.
Thank you for watching an encore presentation on the Comcast Network. You're watching the Comcast Network.
While every NASCAR season begins with Daytona, 2011 was marked by renewal and remembrance. The 10th anniversary of the loss of Dale Earnhardt.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
And as they come off 4 and complete lap 2, NASCAR on Fox and Daytona pay tribute to the man in black, Dale Earnhardt, on this, the 3rd lap of the race. Darryl, I don't like that backpack. That's just too much 3 wide, too close, too many fellas not paired up. That looks like
200 miles an hour with somebody pushing.
Trouble 2-3.
Big wreck.
Brian Kozlowski, David Rudeman, Michael Waltrip, Matt Kenseth,
Big
and
wreck.
half the field.
Can Trevor Bain win this race, Larry?
I wouldn't rule him out.
He's been awfully good down here this week.
Now we're going to go green-white checker. 2 laps to glory. Green flag.
Immediately, David Reagan crosses over, lines up in front of Trevor Bain.
Got a car around right
Bobby
there.
Gordon saves it.
But the 6 is being black flag. Passing before the start-finish line.
And a car on the wall. Newman again. Ryan Newman.
Oh, no, Junior!
Caution is out. Trevor Bain becomes the leader of the Daytona 500. This will be our 2nd attempt to go green, then white, then checker. Rookie Trevor Bain in his 2nd Sprint Cup start will lead the white flag.
When I crossed the white flag,
I was thinking, man, at least we can tell everybody, hey, we were leading on the white flag lap at the 500.
Cinderella Fane is going to win the Daytona 500.
That was awesome. That was awesome, Trevor. You are the man, buddy.
This is unbelievable. This is fairy tale stuff.
At that moment, I realized that everybody around me was affected by this. You know, the Wood brothers, they're the oldest team in NASCAR. They haven't won a 500 in 30-something years. There were a lot of people affected by it, and I was just glad I got to be that little puzzle piece that fit into that.
The glass slipper fit.
It did, man, it did.
A penalty ended David Reagan's Daytona dream. In the summer race, Reagan's night was a midsummer's dream.
As the sun sets on Central Florida, we are closing on the start of the Coke 0400 on this 4th of July weekend. The green flag is waving and we are underway.
These guys are starting to slide up in each other. Watch out.
There they go. There they go.
Here it goes. Look at him.
Several cars involved, and it all got started when Logano got Mark Martin.
Truex is in it. Mark Martin's in it.
It's our second attempt at a green-white checker finish. How about overtime in the Coke 0400 at Daytona? David Reagan, a half a lap away from his first victory. Behind the race leader.
Reagan.
No caution yet. David Reagan coming
Still
back
wrecking.
to the start-finish line.
They're wrecking everywhere now. They're wrecking again.
Reagan with sweet redemption gets the victory at Daytona.
Two separate wrecks on the last lap.
Thank you a lot, Matt.
David Reagan, a driver who has endured his fair share of adversity, joins the fraternity of first-time winners in 2011.
To come back to Daytona and win here, it's kind of like, hey, we're making a statement. We've won. We've conquered